Do not adjust your TV set. It's time to get reacquainted with the Nictator on Blockchain Basement.
Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're going to screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're going to get back below there. But if we do, that's kind of where we...
Welcome everyone to this very special episode of Blockchain Basement. It is the Nictator, me, Nick DeMundi, here hosting live in Ackworth, Georgia, in the basement where it smells like desperation and profits at the same time. So stoked to be back, running off of a decent amount of sleep, actually.
Not me.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Chat's going crazy right now. 2Pump, Crypto Chump, Sin Diesel, Cade, Pulliam, DOD Slave, Chili Rainbow, Adam, De La Garza, Kodan, Manawag, what up? Crypto with Kai, Jake, the Crypto Snack, Buddy, TJ's Chicken Salad, Paper Hands, Moonboy, Phil Nye, the Crypto Guy, Chemistry Bro, Mike Vollmer, C90 FTW. Great. Thanks for coming out. I have no idea what we're covering today. I was literally going to be on the couch, and then I got the call. They said, Nick, you got to run the show. I said, I don't know what the hell we're talking about, but you know what? It's going to be great. We're going
I demanded
raw.
you back. I needed you back. Like it's been. I've missed having you on the show.
I know. I miss being here. I miss just the stench that you get being down here. Tony, how you doing?
I'm here against my will.
Yeah. Everything Tony does is against his own will somehow. He has no free will whatsoever. Tony, can you scoot a little bit closer to Drew on the couch so we can have you more in the frame? That's great. That's great.
Just too close?
I'm aroused. Owen is on the board. Owen, shout out. You are the representative for Gen Z.
Hi.
Show yourself. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Let's see. Someone said, I'm here. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Yes. Great quote from Beast Mode himself, Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
We got to find out if this Russian plane thing is real.
Yeah. Breaking news. One of the mercenary captains for one of the Russian mercenary groups.
He was like the crap captain.
It wasn't Wagner himself, but he was a high tier captain. We'll get into it, but that his plane with everyone on board was shot down by Russian military. Hannah, just walk in the frame. It's fine.
It's fine.
Hannah's here too. Double H.
Where is she?
Hi.
Crypto with Kai. I see you.
How you
Is
doing,
Dave
Hannah?
Digital here?
Good.
I made him a mod on the morning show.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's look at the crypto markets. 26,551
Out here.
doll hairs
No, Nick
for
killed him here.
1 Bitcoin.
26.5.
26.5. We're
Little
making bull market's back. Look at this. Look at this graph. That's flatter than Ally McBeal.
I mean, it's trying to get out of the. Frankie was thinking it could potentially touch somewhere. What is he saying? Like 27.5 or something?
I just doubled down on my Bitcoin position.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tony,
I
what
don't
are the
want to
charts telling
misspeak on
Frank?
Frank's sentiment. I forgot what he said.
You are
but-
speaking for Frank now.
Okay, I am Frank.
Yeah,
and
You are Frank.
let me tell you guys where Bitcoins go.
Please.
I don't know.
Well, he was thinking in the morning show. He was saying I was running the board, and he was like, He was like 27 and a half. He was looking for a pump up to, and then a crash down after that.
Yeah,
So-
because we just recently bounced, right?
Yeah. It's because we had the morning show. We're at 26.
Oh yeah, he said money flow's coming out on all the higher time frames. So even if we get a move up, he's expecting a rejection somewhere. So
Yep.
I'll
Okay.
say that much.
Speaking of expecting rejections, Tony,
Yes.
how's everyone feeling today? Tony, how are you feeling today just about the markets in general?
I'm bored.
You're
Yeah.
bored?
Like
I hear it.
like if we were bouncing up to like a level we haven't seen in some time, like 29 or 30K, it's been a couple days or something like that. But overall, very, very bored. Nothing exciting. I'm not trading anything on this, and I'm just kind of like in that phase now where I'm sick and tired of the bear market, and I don't really care for it anymore. So
Yep.
every week I find myself looking at the charts less and less.
Drew, tell us about your extracurricular activities.
Oh.
Have you already gone over that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It was just an amazing show, man.
Yeah.
Like lots of blood, lots of chaos.
Mhm.
I'm going to start a band out here with BJ, and it sounds like Owen has the inside scoop on a guitarist.
Oh.
Potentially two guitarists and a drummer.
I told you I would drum.
You would drum? You know how to drum?
They're plotting.
Dang.
This man didn't listen to a word I said.
All right,
No.
let me ask you this. Can you do a double bass that sounds like a machine gun?
Yes.
You can.
Hired.
All right.
It depends on the
Can you
type
pay?
of music.
Can you play the bass with the loose bass chords like the guy from Korn does?
Yeah. That's what I want.
The crunchy one. Hannah, how are you feeling? Great Jaguar print, by the way.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
I
How are you feeling today? How's it going?
feel good, feeling great. I'm suspended on Twitter.
You got sussed?
Yeah, I got suspended.
Like your personal account or ATV?
My personal account because
What did you do?
engaging too much.
Wait, you
You're
got
engaging
suspended
too
off
much?
Twitter?
They like to silence me over there sometimes, but it's
We all know Hannah's engaging, but why? What kind of engagement was immoral?
following and liking too much.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well, on your
they
Twitter?
put me in timeout. Elon put me in timeout. Yeah,
You're
I'm-
thirsty.
God.
You're,
yeah,
you're thirsty. And you need
I'm
to.
a
You need
thirsty
to
girl. I'm a thirsty girl.
clip that.
Don't.
Chat's
Yeah.
going crazy.
Chat better
What's up?
behave
Hey,
after
I,
that
I
one.
really love all the Nictator love. I love all the
Dude,
Nictator
they've been
love.
asking about you. I mean,
I know.
you really rubbed them the wrong way
Yeah.
to begin with, right?
You know,
but then they liked it a little bit.
I
when
know they do.
realized.
They like it a little rough. I'm here to edge chat.
Yep.
Let's check on mining. Okay, crypto. All of crypto is brought to you by mining. I don't care if you think it's because there's proof of stake. If there was no mining of Bitcoin, there would be no crypto, and that is true every day of the week. Gemlink up 10%. Not a lot of big movers. Nervos Network, Xano, ETH Classic, Scam Chain for price gainers, earnings gainers. So this means that the hash rate has gone down and or the block rewards have gone up, or a combination of the two. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Dogecoin going. That's an interesting Dogecoin pump. I wonder why. I wonder if that has to do with the halving. I got to look into this.
Well, it's probably
Silica-
Elon too, right? Like,
I don't know. Who cares about that anymore? But the earnings gainers wouldn't react like that. Like
That's
this
true.
is the hash rate, right?
that's true.
Flux up, Neoxa up, Sky Doge. I don't know what that is, but interesting that there's no mention of Dynex coin. This is a coin that I'm watching,
Dynex coin.
Dynex, but then there's this one which is called XNA Nurai. I might have talked about this before.
You
For the
breezed it
year,
over.
it's up. I don't know how many percents. A lot of 1,000% up for the year.
Holy God.
This is a proof of work coin that integrates with AI. So it's like an AI that's on its own blockchain. So very secure, cool project. It runs on the Kapow algorithm. So very hot, hard to mine in the summer, but cool coin, very low market cap. Market cap is $6.3 million.
You're going to be mining that in the Midwest. It got like 115 degrees.
Yeah. So this is a cool coin to get into if you want to try some spec mining. Dynex went down 2 days for 6 hours. Yeah, not great. Let's look at the Dynex chart.
Can I address Kembro's comment real quick?
Yeah.
Kembro, I enabled achievements on Frank's Discord, and then I thought just enabling it would let me build them out, but it has like all these default achievements So that's why there's a bunch of weird stuff happening in the Discord right now. It's not a scam. I'm going to turn it off later, though. I just keep forgetting.
Interesting. Achievements.
Yes.
You can achieve greatness here by smashing that like button and subscribing to this channel. Blockchain Basement is over 15,000 subscribers. That means we are the legitimate crypto influential channel. Okay. We are getting mad views. We're getting mad respect all the time, every day of the year. Dynex did have downtime. I don't understand why. I didn't look into that. I know Son of a Tech did a pretty big deep dive. He had some clickbaity titles like Dynex is dead. But after it went down, it had a pump. So it's been fine. It's up 580% on the year. That is only going to increase. Dynex, another great proof of work project, does not run on algorithm, is not Capal, so it's a much easier coin to mine. Current market cap is $52 million, 341 rank. Look, this is where all the pumpers are. Okay. Your major 50x 100xers are not on the coin market cap top 100. Okay, it's not going to happen. They're outside of the top 100. They're in the 2s and they're in the 3s. Okay, now it gets more and more sketchy the closer to the 400s that you get. But this one, 341, Dynex, good community, good algorithm. Yeah, they had some downtime. I think it was probably like something small related. I know the chain didn't go down as far as I understand, so it's not like a like a Solana downtime where like the chain goes down.
Well, they didn't go down. They just paused it so they could arbitrage trades. So
yeah. So this is all good stuff. This is all very healthy. Let's get into what TJ wanted to talk about.
Got some stuff. I added a little sprinkle.
It's the new $1 bill.
Fantastic.
This is super sad.
I know. It is the truth, though, dude. Like,
it is.
I don't think we covered the Canada people and their like what they're going through, just paying their water bills. Right
oh my
now.
Goodness gracious!
But across the U.S., like they're talking about inflation coming down and stuff. I don't feel it. I'm still going to the grocery store and feeding 4 kids, and it's crushing. It's like it is so expensive to purchase that amount of food, and things have basically doubled since the pandemic, in my view. And like they say that they're going to bring inflation back down to 2%. Like it's never going to happen. You know what I mean? They're just waving this little degree of hope in front of the population. I feel like.
Hannah, are you feeling this? Does this ring true? It's like $20 to do anything these days.
Yep, prices have definitely gone up, but that's okay because we can just print more money.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Right.
It is. Hannah dies inside. Yeah. It's funny how there's like, there's been a dollar. There's I think it's Wendy's trying to push back for the dollar menu at Wendy's.
Oh, they've been
now, and now you get like a fry.
Oh my God.
At the dollar menu.
Oh my God.
Dollar menu's back.
Well, and the shrinkflation stuff. Have you seen they're leaving like producers of for instance laundry detergent? They're leaving like their jars half full.
Yeah.
So they'll sell you a brand new jar that's half full at this point. It's just shrinkflation.
It's great.
You know what I mean? Thank God Costco and the $1.50 hot dog has held true. You know what I mean?
I tried
I think
Costco
they raised
pizza.
Yeah.
It's good.
For the first time last week.
Oh, and when we're chopping it up like this, make sure to go back to that wide
Yeah.
shot so that all the people at home can see better.
Yeah.
No, you're on. That's the wide shot. There
Yeah.
you go. Appreciate you,
Hey.
Owen.
Preach.
Learning in leaps and bounds. He was just like this tiny little zygote when he started here, squirming and screaming and shitting his pants. And now it's been months. It's been months, and he has really come. There you go. And, you give him these little wins, okay? You give him these little breadcrumbs, and then he just feels better about himself, okay? You really got to treat
He's
these
getting it. You see, he's getting artistic.
Yeah. He's getting artistic or autistic. I don't know. Let's move on. Canada has a housing problem. This is
we
from
have that link in
Genevieve
there?
Roche-Dechter, really one of the best analysts out there. Genevieve Roche-Dechter, shout out to you. Canada has a housing problem, maybe worse than the U.S. Canada, 70% has a 5-year fixed rate mortgage. 85% have a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. In Canada, the average rate on an existing 5-year mortgage is 2.79% versus 5.99% today. When it's time to renew those mortgages, brace for impact.
Yeah, that's going to be ugly.
So, okay, let me explain this again in people terms. No, I'm going to do this in monkey talk.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
So, monkey buy banana for 2 rocks. Other monkey
Bad deal.
in north of jungle buy 2 bananas for 5 rocks. to hold bananas for next season cost 2 rocks. But monkey in north cost to hold banana till next season go up 10 rocks.
Oh my God.
Monkey scared. There you go.
Dude, have you seen the recent Planet of the Apes rehashes that they've been doing? Have you been watching those movies?
You mean the remakes with Andy Serkis?
Well, it's like Return of Planet of the Apes or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
I liked it.
Fire
Those are the
Festival on the Planet of the Apes.
Dude,
Yeah,
I liked those things, man. Yeah, we might be going there, but that's the prepper side of me. You know? What
Yeah,
I mean?
we can't talk about what you and I were talking about before the show.
Well,
I don't think we can talk about that. But this graph is crazy. So basically, people in Canada, their housing rates and their costs have just been astronomical. And their interest rates have been low because the U.S. basically sets the interest rates for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jerome Powell's just been going Leroy Jenkins on interest rates for the past couple of years, and because he's continuously looking in the rearview mirror, just looking at unemployment, that's the only metric that they're looking at. So he's driving in the rearview mirror, this gigantic, like superstar destroyer, going in a certain direction, looking at the wrong data, and he's wrecking everything in his path. The first to fall has been the European economies. The next to fall will be the Chinese economies. And so he's going to try and pivot, but he has this like multi-quadrillion pound machine that he's trying to move, and those things don't move quick.
Right.
Okay. The only time they move quick is when there's a disaster or a made-up virus. So what we have now is a bunch of Canadians are about to get priced out of their homes. That will literally be homelessness rampant in Canada over the next 24 months. It will be rampant. And these won't be people who are like struggling with not doing fentanyl in between Diet Cokes.
or Trank.
Yeah, this will be people like good, upstanding citizens who pay their bills in Canada are all going to have their mortgage rates adjusted, and they're going to be on the streets.
Well,
It's going to get crazy.
The crazier thing, like the interest rates on their houses are nuts. They are literally paying like $1,000 in some instances per month just for their water because of the climate crisis, right? Justin Trudeau is pushing this. Hey, it's so expensive for this water infrastructure, and we're so hurtful to the environment.
We got to be equitable, man.
We got to be equitable, and you got to pay $1,000 a month for your water so that we can fix climate change.
Yeah,
We got to start like boiling water to take baths again.
You're gonna have to start catching water off of your house and
We're
putting
gonna
it in
need
buckets.
some water filters for the river
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
and the trees.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's where you get to prep and stuff. That's where I love.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we do cover that stuff on this channel. I just will
We
say.
will. Yeah.
every now.
But But here in the dictatorship, it's important to understand. Okay. Like when Klaus Schwab wrote a book called The Great Reset, he's not screwing around. This is not the great, let's gently wind things down and transition society into what I want to mold it. No, it's called the reset. It is a button. Burp. Okay, everyone's talking about, oh man, there's a new pandemic on the horizon. What's going to happen? They can't possibly lock us all down again. That would destroy the United States. That's what they fucking want, folks.
That's what they did.
It's a reset. They wrote a book about it.
They wrote 2 books about it.
Yeah.
What was the next one? I
The
can't
fourth
remember.
industrial revolution, which is the number 4 of the industrial revolution, is you are own nothing and you're happy because you're jacked up on SSRIs and fake protein.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, prepare for a landing. Okay. Put your head between your legs and prepare for a landing, because this is all by design, folks.
Yeah.
These people are here to win. They're not here to screw around, okay? They're super duper butthurt at Putin. That's why they're just shipping God knows how much money in mercenaries over to Ukraine right now, because Putin is the one who's peeing in their Cheerios. Us, okay, the voting public here, which we're not going to be able to vote in person next year. You bet your ass that. They want to be mail-in voting, okay? So they can count it all themselves. If there's no mail-in voting next year, the country is, or if there's no in-person voting next year because of a pandemic, the country is done.
They're coming. That is coming. What you said
If
is
they
my
are
opinion
mandating,
is happening.
if they close all the polls down, and they say, hey, just mail in your ballot. The country is over. The communists have won. Prepare. Okay.
Well, I won't say that
Prepare.
they won. I don't say that they won, because they're trying to push enforcements that, in my opinion, I worked on the enforcement side, and what they are planned to do doesn't have teeth. A lot of attrition rate has happened to good police officers in the United States.
We're going to have a big disagreement here.
You think so?
I don't think we need to go into that right now. I'm saying they've won the battle. They will not win the war. They cannot win the war.
That's fair.
It's ideologically impossible for the commies to win the war, but they will have won the battle if next year there is no in-person voting or the majority of votes are done via the mail. Yes, I'm ranting, but like, guys, I'm feeling very passionate about this because here in the basement, and if you know anything about crypto, you know that it's hard money. It's the hardest money around, and they can't shut it down because it's outside of the financial system. Yeah. That is the key, okay? That's what breaks this wheel. So you are in the know. You have to, they tell us what they're going to do. And you here, if you're watching the basement, you know that because we read every day what they are going to do. They tell us. And then you know what happens later when it's out of the news cycle and everyone's forgotten about it? Then they do it, okay? 2008 all the way through 2016. There are all these articles in NPR and Times Magazine about, hey, bugs are going to be a great source of protein. Bugs are going to be great. We're going to eat bugs. Bugs are going to be a fantastic way to do green food. Blah, 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 blah. And then in 2020, it's like, yeah, we didn't talk about that. And if you think we're trying to have people eat bugs, you're some alt-right fascist racist. Well, guess what? What are they doing now? They're trying to put bugs on the menu of as many things as they can as possible. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I love that. I got heated.
Well, okay? And a lot of people are like, why are you ranting about this? This same thing.
This is important.
This is important. In 2020, I literally watched Bitcoin and was following the market looking for the good dip. And seeing the pandemic, I took advantage of the fear, right? We always talk about buy the fear, right? This is a situation that we experienced in 2020 was extreme fear. And we have a situation that has all the makings of recreating that same level of market retracement through Russia, through another canny COVID strain 24/7, you know. So it's like this stuff matters a lot on the money side. And if you don't understand why, then you need to level up your level of thinking. You need to look at the forest to the trees because these are the entry points that can change your life.
Absolutely.
If you move bravely, you have to be bravely.
You have to move bravely and with purpose. Yep. Because COVID-19 was the preseason game for the deep state to go to town this time around. Okay. And you want to know what their playbook is? Look at Canada. Yeah. What do? They've shut down all the news sources in Canada. You cannot access CNN or CNBC on Instagram in Canada anymore. It has to be government-approved news outlets. They shut down the truckers' money. They put everyone in concentration camps. They force the jabs on people. They shut down the churches. That's the playbook. They tried it up north. Now they're going to do it down here like 5x. And look, in the chat.
Look at that. You see Ryan Anderson?
Who?
Ryan Anderson. Nick reminds me of our family's best friend of 22 years who slept with my girlfriend multiple times.
Yes, because I did.
Whoa.
Look. Like I have a wife, I have a girlfriend, and my girlfriend's husband. These are the people I had to take care of, okay? Ryan Anderson's girlfriend, she was great, but look, we cut it off and it was amicable. But people in the chat are talking about trolls. Like, let the trolls go in the chat. I am untrollable. I am a dictator. Do not silence them.
It actually gives us more power.
Yes, let their ignorance be seen by everyone and let them get the consequences for their actions. Moving on, speaking of consequences for actions, founder of media giant Barstool Sports says the company will definitely add Bitcoin to its balance sheets. I love Dave Portnoy. Yeah. He's a man of the people.
I like him.
I watch his pizza reviews every night. Me and my family, we sit down.
That guy doesn't know good pizza.
You have a
I sit down with my 2.5-year-old son and I say, we're going to watch Daddy's Pizza Friend. Tony, shut up. No, Tony, go off, King.
All right.
Tell us why you're wrong.
Nobody out pizzas the Hut.
Oh my!
That can't be your comment.
I'm the mute button.
No. By now he probably does know good pizza. But I'm not gonna get into a Dave Portnoy.
Do it.
I don't love him as much as you do.
Do it.
No, it's fine.
This is the place.
This is the place,
Tony. This is the place.
I just think I don't know. It's like pompous sometimes. Like I'm not in a rantable state right now. Okay. Come back to me in a week.
You should just hang out more with me.
Okay.
And Nick.
He could have some controversy around him. I could see it, but I respect him because of
he is a man of the people.
The marketing brain, and he seems like a fun, like, I mean, not he has like personality, like that is
Yeah.
attractive, like approachable.
Yeah.
But
There you go.
please relax. Do you know who Jenna Marbles is? Anybody
Yeah.
in the room?
Oh, yeah.
He
Oh, I
made,
love this story. I
He
love this
made
story.
Jenna Marbles,
He did.
and I didn't know that until like a month ago. And I was like, whoa, like new level unlocked,
Yep.
new respect for Dave. Because I didn't know Dave until way later than Jenna.
Yeah.
She's a
YouTube OG. Jenna
Yeah.
Marbles is one of the first major YouTubers to do like sponsorship deals and kind of spread her brand around. But she got in at Barstool very early on, and Dave said, actually, like, it's time for you to split off because like Barstool's on a different track than you, and they have a great relationship as far as I know of to this day. Jenna Marbles, shout out! You're welcome to come on the basement anytime, Jenna Marbles.
she's
I
like
know-
off of the internet now.
yeah, she's smart. So like, be back on the internet on this couch. You'll love it.
Portnoy got paid big time from that.
He did.
Back and forth ownership deal. Didn't they like sold? He sold the company and then bought it back or something. He got
Yeah,
paid
he
like
did.
buku bucks for Barstool Sports. So.
He Penn paid him $500 million for a majority stake in Barstool. They were together for 3 years. They made him fire a bunch of people when he couldn't say stuff that he wanted to anymore. And then ESPN said, "Hey Penn, we want to buy you and have you be our sportsbook app, but you got to ditch Barstool." And they're like, "Okay." And they said, "Hey Dave, you want to buy Barstool back for $1?" And Dave was like, "Hell yeah!" And then he did it. There's a couple other details to the deal, but that's the gist of it. He basically made $500 million and then bought Barstool back for $1.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's
it's
good
awesome.
moves.
It's
right
awesome.
there.
It's big level moves.
Yeah.
Anyone knows how Nick threw up a little each time he said Dave? Dave, can someone just block Dave Digital?
Why?
There are more than one Dave.
No.
No, it's the reason that I'm having trouble talking is because I didn't know I was going to host. I don't have any water to drink. I don't have any beer to drink. Okay. I'm playing hurt, but I'm pushing through because I'm the Nictator. Moving on. Bitcoin is a buy. God, it's hot as balls in here
I
today.
know, really, it is.
It is so hot in here.
Dude, it was like someone was saying in the chat it was like 120 degrees in Arkansas yesterday.
Yeah, and there's no AC down here
Who
right
lives
now.
in Arkansas, bro?
I was about to move
That'll
to Arkansas.
piss me off more than
Arkansas.
Portnoy.
I was about to move to Arkansas. I was going to take
Yeah.
a job with the state patrol in Arkansas before I got hired here. So I almost moved there.
+1 in the chat if you're in Arkansas. +2 in the chat if you can tweet to TJ and ask him to turn on the air conditioning. I know these are tough times here at Hidden Network, but I think we can afford just a few minutes of air conditioning. Bitcoin rainbow chart. Look at this beauty. If you're not familiar with the rainbow chart, it's basically like if Bitcoin was proud. So
Yeah.
when it's maximum red, you're in the bubble. It's time to sell. Orange is seriously sell, so we're like going down. FOMO intensifies. This is if you can sell between here and here, that's good. This tracks the price compared to the halving. So right now we are in basically a fire sale and buy territory. I love this. We have not broken out of the rainbow. I think the rainbow will continue. I think the scale of the rainbow chart is going to have to change because there's going to be a big push up past $100,000. But look, here's $100,000 in the next cycle is in the buy zone. Okay,
I
and
can
if
see
we
that.
can just extrapolate this thing out,
What's the time frame where that reaches?
this is
that?
the halving.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so around here we'll be in the max euphoria,
Well, identify as profitable.
and
right
we'll be
there.
in like the 260s, 270s, right? And that's when you want to be selling. Okay, when your taxi driver and when your uncle are telling you that, hey, have you heard about this Bitcoin thing? I heard it's going to $1 million. You open up Coinbase and you sell your shit. Okay. There you go. That is financial advice. Everything I say is financial advice. This is a great chart. I love it. I love the rainbow chart. Very bullish. You buy Bitcoin, okay? Buy Bitcoin, buy some altcoins, buy whatever you want, but hold on to that Bitcoin in a non-custodial wallet.
We were
Have
talking
the
about this
seed
this
phrase,
morning, or
okay?
today. We were talking about this.
Keep
today.
your alts wherever the hell you want. Put your XRP shit coins wherever you want. Put your NFTs wherever you want. I don't care. But keep your Bitcoin on a wallet that you control the seed phrase to, okay? Because that is going to be your currency when the shit hits the fan. Chemistry Bro says record temps all around, crazy ones for seed temps this year, which gives us a nice experiment showing how directly humans can affect climate with the sulfur burn byproducts seeding clouds.
Oh, bullish.
You lost me at the beginning and then you really lost me at the end. Sea temps are high this year because there's an El Nino. Chemistry Bro, do you know what the pause is? anyways, if you can answer that, you'll be the smartest person in government. Because
Well, it's a little confusing too because they've been taking temperature readings from the actual ground, like the asphalt.
yeah, and that's not how they used to do it.
Right. They used to take it like 2 meters above the ground.
Yeah,
So
because that's realistic.
Yeah.
It's
hard to data's. After COVID, I mean, I have a hard time trusting data.
Yeah. So do you want to know my real hardcore conspiracy theory
Give it.
here? I haven't even tweeted about this yet. So there have been many, like hundreds of arsonists arrested in and around Canada and other places that have had massive wildfires.
Yeah.
Okay. Hundreds of arsonists.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I believe the World Economic Forum is using these arsonists to burn down the Canadian forests because the Canadian forests are the world's second to the Amazon, I believe, and the Russian steppes, the second or third biggest carbon sink in the world. So a vast majority of carbon in the air is absorbed by the Canadian forests. And now that they're burned down in large numbers, what will happen over the next 2 or 3 years?
They'll get the numbers they're looking for.
They get the numbers that they're looking for. Okay. Now it doesn't matter that a forest fire is actually a net gain for a forest. Like it will 10x the amount of like undergrowth on other stuff. So in the next like 7 years or 10 years, the carbon's going to get really pulled back out of the atmosphere as the forest regrows. But over the next 2 or 3 years, they're going to be like, look, we've blown up these carbon numbers. How could this have possibly happened? We've got to go net zero ASAP. Oh, wait, look, it's 2030. Weird.
It's so nefarious.
Okay, watch. In 18 months, timestamp it. Look at the fucking headlines, and we're going to talk about record carbon levels, okay? Yeah. Watch it. Boom.
You get the alpha here, man.
Nick,
this is the alpha, yes.
You said arsonists have been arrested?
Arsonists,
Many. And not just in Canada, in the U.S. as
like,
well.
how, like, isn't it like innocent until proven guilty? Do they know that they did something? What are they arrested for?
And many were sentenced to being guilty in the
they are being detained in connection to fires that were started in Canada.
True. So
yes.
you think they're
and it's not
putting
like one or
them to
two
work?
guys, it's like hundreds. I think there was at one time there was like 130 arsonists, people attached to arsons in the forest fires. I'll look it up and I'll post it on my Twitter.
Interesting.
Well, and do you see what happened in Maui? Like there's a nice little strip of $1 million homes with green grass and everything, and behind it is completely eviscerated. Like, and all these little shanty, like smaller homes or local homes behind these nice, big, beautiful, celebrity level homes were eviscerated, and the fancy ones were left alone. Like so many questions. A lot of people have brought up that I should probably do a follow up on Maui. Because there's been more evidence and more things coming
and
to
the
light.
Evictions.
Right.
Yeah. Mike Vollmer says, don't forget about the DEW weapons. I don't think the DEW weapons are as capable as you think. There are other things that I have a family member in the military in the sky. That's the best I can say.
Yeah.
DEWs are extremely weather dependent. So it's a lot harder to implement a DEW. A DEW is a directed energy weapon, like an ion cannon. Mm-hmm. It's much harder to do that than other things. So I don't know if you're familiar with, I believe it's Operation
Lockstep?
Thor?
Operation
Thor's Hammer. I think it's Operation Thor. No. Oh, this is really going to bother me. Okay.
I think it's called Operation Tony Has a Meeting, so I got to go.
Oh, see you later, Tony. Peace out. Appreciate you.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Yes, man. Peace out. Who wants the pillow?
Bye.
Who wants the pillow?
I'll give it to her. Unbelievable.
There we go.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Someone in chat looked this up, but essentially what the United States was doing is they were looking at having satellite-mounted tungsten rods that were about as big as a building, and then dropping them on Earth.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those. Yeah.
Thor's hammer.
It's not Thor's hammer.
I thought those were just kinetic energy
It's
weapons.
Project Thor.
I thought they called those kinetic energy.
Is it
weapons.
Project Thor weapon?
Let's see here.
Kinetic bombardment. Yeah. So this is it. Brilliant pebbles.
Let's see here.
No. Air Force proposal. Hypervelocity. So they said they were going to try it, but then they did try it like a couple of times.
They're all saying
rods from God.
Dude, I think that China explosion a few years back, and I think it was Beirut. Remember the explosion in Beirut? I think the China and Beirut blowouts were from those. That's just my personal theory.
I could see something like these type of kinetic material attacks would be more likely if something like that. But really,
Rods from God.
Rods from God. Really, like let's just take the what's the axiom? The most simple answer is probably the most likely. So it's probably they just paid some Antifa turds to drop some kerosene around Maui, right? The Antifa guys needed some beer money. They're like, yeah, we'll take out a couple cans of kerosene and light it up in Maui.
No problem.
Way cheaper. Cheaper. Look, all it took was Ray Epps and like 3 other feds to start up. Anyways, just in, Elon Musk says Twitter X is a Doge-friendly place. Can you bring your Doge to work? If you work at X, seems that is the way. Does this matter at all, Drew?
I mean, I think that Elon having the symbol of Doge next to X and his overall intention to create that competitor to WeChat, I don't count this as a small thing. Like, he is giving little hints and nudges to the future, and Elon has pulled off some pretty miraculous technological build-outs with microtunneling, SpaceX, you know. He is no spring chicken when it comes to, you know, massive institutional rollouts, and now he's going after the money system. And he helped create PayPal, which is the largest money transmitter, private money transmitter on Earth, right? So I'm not counting this out. Like, he has a Doge symbol next to his X symbol on his Twitter account. He literally bought Twitter, and now he has like some WEF shill that's trying to act like she's gonna not ban me eventually. But yeah, I think that this is going to be a big deal. I think that Doge is probably going to be one of the first cryptos to be able to be transferred or be paid in on Twitter in the future. So,
Yep. I think this is kind of like a dumb headline. Like, I'm kind of over all this Elon Musk Twitter stuff. This doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't matter the price of Doge. Doge is just so incredibly inflationary. It's not going to do much of anything in the next bull run. Like, if you have a Doge bag, wait till it pumps up. It won't hit $1. Wait till it goes past 50 cents and then sell, please. Like,
it's going to sell like crazy at that level, 50, 69 cents.
Please be smarter with your money. Doge is a currency. It's made to buy coffees. That's it. Okay? You're incentivized not to hold it. So please don't hold it.
This is remember though at the beginning when we checked the price, you were like, what's the cause of the Doge pump? I bet you just
that's probably it. Yeah. What is Doge at right now?
Like a 1.6%.
It's at 6 cents.
Yeah, it's still right there. Like, that's the inflation of it is what makes it hard to think that it's going to go. Yeah, like a lot of people are like, it's going to be $5 or something. It prints so many Doge per day. Like, if it hit $1 trillion market cap today, it would be a $7.50 token. But it's so inflationary that by the time we get, you know, a few years down the road and it is implemented, it's just going to be a fast moving exchange of money on Twitter. You know, it's not going to be anything
it's
you hold.
Currency.
Yeah, it's a currency.
Yeah,
so.
Don't buy and hold. Yeah. Don't buy and hold. Just like money. Don't buy and hold money. That's stupid. No rich person just sits there and holds dollar bills. That's dumb. That's how you lose money. Does Nick mine Doge? I used to mine Doge. I bought 2 Antminer L3s in 2020 for about $85 a piece. They mined about, many thousands of dollars worth of Litecoin and Doge, and then I sold them for about, actually I sold one and then gave away the other. So
you did give one away.
I did give one away.
Kind of you.
It was very kind of me. We will get to this Coinbase stuff here in a second, but we do have to get to what is happening here. So the Wagner Group chief, his name was Prigozhin, was in a plane crash north of Moscow. Basically, Putin shot him out of the sky. So this is the guy. He is the so the Wagner Group is one of the largest mercenary groups in the world. It's Blackwater, it's the Wagner Group, and then there's another one called like Executive Order or something like that. They run out of South Africa. They do most of the warring in South Africa. So those are the big 3 mercenary groups. Watched a very interesting video, Drew. You'd be interested to know about this. How the age of mercenaries has come back.
Oh, I believe it 100%. Like that's how we kept the party going
Yeah.
in Iraq and Afghanistan. It was Blackwater, who was owned by BlackRock, right? Like,
Yeah.
so mercenary systems are how governments continue conflicts outside of, being directly responsible for them.
And as far as governments waging warfare, that's actually kind of a new thing. It's only been around for the past 200 years or so, because throughout most of human history, when governments wanted to do a bit of attacking, got a little bit of war on, they would hire a mercenary group, because holding a military and keeping one up yourself is incredibly expensive.
Yes.
So you would hire a mercenary group. Well, the mercenaries were like the de facto, like you could always call them like the third state for thousands and thousands of years. So it's like there's the empire, the kingdom, the church, and then there's the mercenary group. You could also say merchants were, I guess you could say they're the third or the fourth state. But yeah, so the business as usual is governments hiring mercenary groups. So this is interesting. Let's get into this Russian state media report on Wednesday. It literally just happened like 30 or 40 minutes ago. Mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner mercenary group, who led an aborted mutiny in June. That's sus. I don't think that's actually what happened. Was listed as a passenger on a jet crashed north of Moscow. NBC News was not able to confirm the news. According to the Russian Ministry of Emergency Services, a private Embraer Legacy aircraft crashed while flying from Moscow to St. Petersburg. It did not crash. It was shot out of the sky. I believe there's video of it. I've seen other videos. The jet had 10 people on board, including 3 crew members, when it came down over the Tver region of the northeast Russian capital. Did not mention Prigozhin. According to the Federal Air Transport Agency, an investigation has been launched into the Embraer crash. So they may have just killed him off to help him and fake his death. They may have just killed him off to take over the Wagner group, or let someone who's more loyal to Putin take over the Wagner group. So
this is so weird to see this happen. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Putin just have plans to send Wagner group into Niger and the Central African location over that fallout with France that Niger had?
Yeah, and I bet you Prigozhin was saying, actually, no, I don't want to do that. So,
I mean, it's hot there. Very hot.
It's hot, but now it's time to take over all of France's energy, because France gets their uranium from Niger.
I know. Well, and the cobalt. That's what I was
And the
thinking.
cobalt, yeah.
They were on the face. They were saying uranium was the thing, but cobalt. That's the center. Like, remember when me and you were looking at the lithium triangle in South America, and then cobalt, the cobalt slavery problem in Central Africa. I'm well in the know that cobalt is heavily produced and relied on to be produced out of Central Africa, and France lost control of that area in Niger. And now Nigeria, who's still lined up with France, is thinking about invading Niger to get that control back.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are there any good? Is he confirmed dead now? No, he's not confirmed dead. The financial advice here is great. Thank you, Bullish on Parade. Appreciate that. Mad Scientist 40K. In 2020, I bought Doge at 2 cents, sold at 4, watched it go to 70. Had I waited, my $200 would have been $6,000. Yeah. Well, you learned a crypto lesson. Everyone has to learn that lesson in crypto. Okay. Everyone has to learn that lesson. I spent $5 on Doge in 2017. Last bucks as 17 crashed into 18. Look, I hope you survived from that stroke that happened to you while you were typing that. Finally made it to the basement. Welcome back, Nick.
Crypto Stevo's comment, Dogecoin has mainstream recognition. When I ask people what crypto coins they've heard of, 9 times out of 10, they'll say Bitcoin and Doge. I agree.
I know.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That will change, though, if Coinbase has anything to say about it. Base just surpassed Ethereum Layer 1 in daily transactions. Safe to say that it exceeded all expectations. Look at that. Base.
That's pretty crazy.
Base.
Yeah, transaction count is good. Now, this needs to be sustained, because here's how you can juice these transaction numbers, okay? If you're making a big dApp that runs on Base, you're doing a bunch of testing, all of those are transactions. So if you've launched your game, or you've launched your sexy chatbot or whatever, it's going to be a huge spike in transactions, daily transactions, weekly transactions, and then it'll fall off. So what we need to see like a nice ladder up. Okay. That's like daily activity. I forget who used to post the daily activity, daily GitHub activity. That's what can happen when you see a bunch of daily GitHub activity. Someone just will, put a bunch of code commits in either legitimately or illegitimately. So it's not a good way to measure project health. Julio, is Nick quick-witted or quick with it?
Quick with it.
I think he's
Quick with
Depends if
He
it's
sparks my
our
joy
depends
so
if our second or third date.
Yeah.
If it's the third date, I'm quick with it.
I think base, if you bridge your Ethereum into base right now, you can't bridge it back.
No,
not for
probably not.
Yeah,
Probably not.
they said not. They said it's coming in August.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's Coinbase, so like it should. Right, they should.
It's August right now. I think it is. I gotta get
Or
on my
maybe they
bases.
said September.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, look, base is fine. Base is a L3, right? Because it's on
No,
Optimism.
Well, no, it's an L2. I think it's.
Well, they say it's an L2 and all their stuff, but base runs on Optimism, which Optimism
Yes.
runs. So then it's an L3. I'm sorry,
And 'cause
I'm just
Optimism-
counting.
no,
okay,
that's
if it's
fair.
ETH, Optimism, then it's 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. It's an L3. Someone tell them that. Okay, someone educate them on crypto. It is an L3. Okay, people trust Coinbase over Richard Hart for a reason. Yeah. Nick, you were missed. Ralphie, I missed you, bro. I missed you. I don't even know if you're a bro. Okay, anyone can be a bro. It's 2023. Base. So, Owen, you don't know anything about base.
He's based.
You are based.
Based.
You're becoming more and more based. You can't be fully based until you've birthed a child or been a part of the birthing process.
That's
but
true.
you can be pre-based.
It's true.
You can freebase. Drew, are you seeing any like big moves for the base ecosystem during the next bull run, or is this going to be one of those like cool L2/3s, kind of like Thorchain, and then it goes off into nowhere, or Phantom?
No, I think this thing's got staying power.
Yeah,
for sure. I think that Coinbase ain't going nowhere. BlackRock's not going nowhere. We're going to see base being used. Obviously, I don't think it's going to keep up with this outpacing Ethereum in general thing. I think a lot of what we're seeing with this data in particular is kind of connected to what you're talking about, where you're doing development and you're doing test transactions and creating test wallets and different layers to make sure things work, right?
Yep.
So what I'm watching on base is that it has kind of a more sustained and reasonable growth level, not some arbitrage looking graph that's straight up in the sky. But yeah, I mean, I think that base has a lot of staying power, and there's probably going to be some really fun and profitable meme coins that come out on it. Like we're going to see some projects. Like we talk a lot about, how some of the biggest movers next market we don't even know about or aren't even on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap right now. And I think that that's where we're going to find those is base coming out with these random coins that we, it's going to have. You think about the marketing power that Coinbase has, right?
Oh yeah.
That like it seems pretty simple to me, and like I trust Coinbase, for my transaction in and out. They haven't shut me down, and they really gained a little bit more respect from me when they were able to relist XRP the day of that decision. That made me feel good about them. I was super pissed at Brian Armstrong for still having XRP delisted, and just the whole holding off just to see. And I can understand he's a business owner, so you got to be careful when you're leading one of the largest crypto exchanges on what you're offering to the public. So I understood that, but I liked him a little bit more after he relisted XRP. And then I can see that he's really trying to get into Washington. He's been ghosted a few times. He'll show up, he'll get ghosted, but he keeps going back, right? He keeps knocking on the door. He's like, I'm still here. I'm not effing leaving. We're going to figure this out, because he's been very serious about development and technological advancements not leaving the United States in total within this spectrum. So I like him. I think it's going to stay.
Watch for the apps that are built on base. Yes.
Can we stay on this topic for just 1 second? Because it's so interesting. Crypto Stevo said, I don't understand why normies are bridging ETH to base. Are they hoping for a future token airdrop? Do y'all know anything about that? Because I think base was talking about doing airdrops.
No, there was no airdrop talk ever.
No talk. Okay.
No.
Well, friend talk. Or friend tech. I think that like the commotion around that on Twitter, you have friend.tech. You have to bridge ETH to base to use friend.tech, and there's a lot of people talking about that right now. There's like a lot of commotion. It's kind of controversial. There's like people that agree with it and they're like talking about it, and then there's people that are like absolutely not. It's a scam. It's going to zero. Like
I got to look into friend tech. That all happened while I was in Denver.
I think that's onboarding a lot of people though.
Yeah,
it is, and that's going to be like a small, tiny slice. I tell you what, the first time you see a Farmville type game and you're able to play it by connecting your Coinbase account, you've got mass adoption.
Money.
Because you're not even going to worry about the tokens. You're just going to buy shit with dollars on that Farmville game. But it's all going to be handled by Coinbase, and it's going to all happen on Base and OP and with USDC. And so, but suddenly you're going to be buying in-game currency, and that in-game currency is going to be more like an Axie Infinity kind of situation. So, and God help us, wherever a company actually does blockchain sports betting, like where it's like sports betting on the blockchain, like you're not just betting crypto, like you're actually on the, like that's going to be bananas. Bananas. Yeah. Someone had a question. Someone said, no, he's got inside info. Yeah, Golden Jet, what is the next 100x altcoin? DM me on Twitter, bro. DM me on Twitter, bro. Shout out to Link2, our very first sponsor for Blockchain Basement. Shout out to Link2, your access to private investment. Invest in leading startups with affordable minimums, broadening investment opportunities. This is great. This is like, okay, P.S. There have been 10x, 100x, 500x gains in the financial world for a long time. It's called pre-IPO. Right. Okay. So if you can invest in a startup, invest in Uber when it's very, very small, and Uber goes to $10 billion, well, guess what? You made a fuck ton of money. Well, you can't do that unless the government says, hey, you're someone that's rich. Do you want to be more rich? Do you like the idea of being more rich than you already are right now? I don't care about those poor people. So if you were really rich, could you then become more rich? But these guys at Link2 are giving you access to private investment opportunities. This is awesome. So you get to go into the private market and make those gains and do it all through Link2. Sign up right now. You got liquidity, you got accessibility, you got affordability. Don't be a schmuck. This is like crypto, but it's good through the SEC. Bro, spread it around. Spread that love around. Just like I do with my harem, I spread all the love around. You should do the same with Link2. Do you have a link in the description?
Yes.
Click that link in the description, okay? We're here to inform you, to base you, red pill you, and help you make money. This will help you do 2 out of those 4. Sign up for Link2 today. Thank you. Hit that like button and subscribe while you're at it. We've got just a little bit more time left in the show. My God, what else are we going to get into? Chris Black. I respect this thread. Arbitrum is being transparent about the fact that it's not decentralized in any significant way, and that using it requires you to put irrational amounts of trust in the integrity of 1 to 6 fallible humans, not infallible, fallible. We need more of this type of transparency. So this is Ed Felten. Many L2 chains rely on multisigs for security-related functions, but all multisigs are not equal. A good multisig can be much safer than a weak one. Here are 6 best practices from L2 multisigs with an evaluation of Arbitrum against each one. We're not going to get into this right now, but basically, like, this is well known. Vitalik even said it in a Zoom call. He said, yeah, like, everything on ETH has a backdoor.
I know.
Eventually, we're going to get to where we, take the training wheels off and there's no more backdoor. But there is a God key for Ethereum and all Ethereum-based projects. That is just the way it is. Okay? It's not that way for Bitcoin. It's not that way for most other proof of work projects. But if you're on a proof of stake project, you could bet your ass, unless it's Cardano, I'm pretty sure they actually sealed off that. Once we went from the Basho era to the Goguen era, once we've changed eras, like it's basically all up to community management right now. And there is no backdoor, there is no God key. So unless it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ravencoin, or Cardano, they've all got a backdoor somewhere. Okay?
I feel like I need to buy Ravencoin because I did it. One of the best song I ever did was The Raven.
The Raven?
I did The Raven. I did a remake of Edgar Allan Poe Raven poem into absolute chaos. So I probably have to go into Ravencoin just for
I don't want to rant about Ravencoin because it's just such a missed opportunity, such a great technology that has been completely wasted by the total lack of leadership and development. And yeah, you want to be decentralized, but if where there is no vision, the people perish. And that is exactly what happened to Ravencoin. Sad. It will continue to fall into obscurity unless something miraculous happens. But yeah, I mind a lot of Ravencoin. I still have got a bag, but I'm not expecting it to do well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I have a lot of Ravencoin, but it's probably not going to do all that well.
And you're right about that. If there's no leader, like nature abhors a void. There will always be a leader.
Yeah.
Like There's always a look for leadership.
So you have better currencies. And Ravencoin, they were one of the first to make NFTs, okay? NFTs for businesses. They kind of like found some traction there. There were a couple wineries using, basically minting the vintage of their wine on Ravencoin blockchain. So then it was there and it was immutable and the date was set and it couldn't be ruptured or hacked or anything like that. But they totally missed the boat on it. Very, very sad for Ravencoin. But there are other blockchains that are going to do really, really well that don't have that backdoor and that have real usability. Ergo, it's basically like a proto Cardano. This is not way they'll hate me for saying that, but it's very tied in with IOHK, which they're the main development house for Cardano, and Ergo has a mixer, and I'll just leave it at that. Ergo has a mixer, fully decentralized proof of work mixer.
I'll just leave it at that.
I'll just leave it at that. That's your information. That's your alpha. Let's see here. We got just a few more minutes. What else do we want to hit? Okay, look. All right, let's look at these. These are some degenerate altcoin picks. DeFi Saint. Tread lightly, folks. How I'm preparing for the Bulls projects. I'm currently holding and adding more to my bags and reasons. 50% of my portfolio is in ETH. Failure. The remaining percent consists of the following. Arbitrum. The token? That's what are you
Oh, you're just because of the way it's typed out?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. HMX. I don't know anything about these projects except a little bit for Pendle. So tread carefully, folks. Yeah. Nevermore. I know Nevermore. Oh, you're actually quoting the poem. Yeah. There's DeFi on Ravencoin now called Evermore. I hope it works. I mind it a little bit. I'll probably just put another one of my cards on it just to support the network for the sake of decentralization. I really hope Evermore works. It would be great to have some like legitimate proof of work DeFi, but anyways, I digress. HMX derivatives. 1000x leverage, cheapest fees. Holy crap, that sounds like an awful idea.
1000x leverage?
GambleFi L3 on Arbitrum. Great. Okay. If it's a game on Arbitrum, great. Pendle, LSDFi. Good team, many protocols. Johnny's very bullish on Pendle. Yeah. Pendle has had a huge pump recently.
They were in the news today for a big investment from Binance as well. Binance.
Okay. Now I understand how he's breaking this up. These are all on Arbitrum. These are on the ETH mainnet. Okay. So these are on Arbitrum. Winner, Pendle, HMX. These are on ETH mainnet. LBR, another DeFi project. How many DeFi projects can we support, Drew?
DeFi projects. I mean, probably there'll be like 50 big winners in 5-10 years from now. I don't think it's going to be a ton. We have 10,000 cryptos right now. I don't think there's a need for more than 150 of them.
Gamma liquidity manager, interesting. That brings utility to DeFi. So I'm actually I'm more bullish on that if it's a liquidity manager. Again, I don't know anything. I'm just reading a ticker in the description. SD. I'm just going to move on from that. Optimism. Here's what's on Optimism. Velo. It's a DEX on Optimism. Okay, you need a DEX on Optimism, I guess. Borrowing and lending. Okay. Look, the moment I can take out a business loan on DeFi is going to win. I'm going to try it over the next couple of months. I'm going to try and take out a business loan through DeFi and see what happens.
Okay.
If that can be a way to do things, my God. The first person that can do a mortgage on DeFi is going to fucking win crypto. I can tell you that much. Because they will give you insane interest rates.
Yeah, that's true. I see people trying to do tokenize real estate already.
I know, but you can't tokenize it unless, yes, you could tokenize the real estate, tokenize the actual deed, tokenize that. Great. I'm talking about give me a mortgage.
Right.
Okay. Right. I want to go to fucking Pancake Swap and get a mortgage. Let's go, CZ. So I'm swearing a lot today. I just want to apologize to our sponsor, Link2. They deserve better than this. Okay, This is the Nick Taylor. I apologize for everything I say.
Well, we're passionate. I mean,
I'm very passionate. Polygon, MFX, Perp Dexes.
Perp.
BNB chain, just more Dexes on BNB. Okay. Also, don't copy my portfolio. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Not on this portfolio. This is not a good portfolio.
That's a high risk.
Super high risk.
Yeah.
Okay, like this is like if you are in Miami at a club downtown, Cinco de Mayo, and then you're in a basement bathroom and you see a line of white powder above the sink.
Okay.
High alert.
Okay.
Do it at your own risk.
Yeah.
High risk. Okay.
Absolutely.
Is it vitamin B12? Is it crank? Is it coke? Is it straight fentanyl?
Try
Is
a little,
it
see what
dried
happens.
slug slime? I don't know. But you might, if you want to do a little snort, you might find out.
Look at that, Albert Conti, he's closing on a mortgage this Tuesday or next Tuesday with an
Aave loan. Okay, Albert Conti, I want you to. Now, did you get your down payment money from that, or did you get your Aave loan for like the whole mortgage? I want to know more about this because this is a big deal. Because here's the deal, folks. Not only are Canadians going to be forced out of their homes and Justin Trudeau is going to take them over, just like the residents of Maui are, but all these guys who followed Grant Cardone and all those other idiots on TikTok and bought a bunch of Airbnb properties are getting absolutely shellacked.
Been kind of quiet.
With interest rates. Oh, yeah, they're super quiet now because they have ruined people's lives. But that means you'll be able to buy a beautiful mountain escape or a beautiful beach escape for pennies on the dollar as these Airbnb grifters go bankrupt. I'm looking to mortgage my first vacation home through crypto. Yes. Who was that guy who said that?
Was that
Mike Bennett? Who was
where
it?
is he?
Albert Conti. Albert Conti. DM me on Twitter. I'm at Nick DeMundi. I want to know more about that process. Julio, Nick, what crypto thought leader would you get a tattoo of if they make you timeline changing money? I will never get a tattoo ever in my entire life. There's the answer to that question.
Yep.
Where can we find that info on Aave loans? Yeah, Michael. Yeah, we need more about that Aave loan. Aave loan for down payment, traditional ARM mortgage for remainder. So you got an ARM right now. That's actually probably great. I want to know more about this. Yeah, ARM is adjustable rate mortgage. So yeah, why lock in? Why lock in a 7% interest rate when Jerome Powell's going to be like OMFG at the end this time next year and start cutting rates like 100 bips a month.
Yeah.
When are you thinking about buying a house? You know,
I'm not going to buy a house soon, but I'm going to buy a vacation property. It depends. It depends on how capital goes over the next 60 days, how things are shaping up. Ideally, I would buy just a small plot of mountain property, like 2 or 3 acres that has running water. And then I would build a log cabin on it and I'd take my kids there over the weekends. I'd take my wife, take my girlfriend's husband out there just like for some bro time.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that sounds like a great time.
Yeah, I will. And it's something that I'm going to put into an irrevocable trust and then pass down to my kids for generations to come. So you always want to hold your property, especially your investment property, in a blind trust.
I'm trying to figure out how to patent my property so they can't tax it.
Well, you need to get mineral rights first.
I know. I'm going to be seeing what I can do there.
Okay.
Oh, big brain alpha.
Yeah. Mineral rights. P.S. If you have a house, you only own, I think it's the first 4 feet of dirt underneath of it. Okay. And you own 3 feet away from the road. Okay. There's a thing called an easement in the United States. It's called an easement. 3 feet from the road, the government can come in and do whatever the hell they want. But if there's something of interest, or they want to lace a pipe under your house and it goes more than 4 feet under your house, they can just do it. Okay. Rip everything up and go right underneath the middle of your house. Okay. Or even also interesting, if there's something of value under your house that you don't know of and someone may know of, and they will want to go and buy your house. Well, if you have the mineral rights to the land under your house, you can then mine what is under your house. You can extract from underneath your property those materials. And if someone wants to come in and lace a pipe across your property, they got to pay you because you own the mineral rights. You own what's under your house. Yeah. Okay. Also, if you want to have a cell phone company come build a tower in your yard, they will pay you to lease tower space from you. But if you own the mineral rights, you get even more money. So look into mineral rights. You're probably going to call somewhere. They're going to be like, what? You live in a neighborhood? You don't need mineral rights. You'd be like, no, I want it.
Is it expensive?
It can be because they're going to come out and do, I think it's like, I don't know. I'm just going off of my gut understanding of things that I looked up a couple years ago. I think it's roughly from anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. You may have nothing of use underneath your house, but it prevents the government from coming in and doing stuff. And if they are going to do stuff, they have to pay you buku dollars to do it.
True.
Okay. And if you are so lucky and there's some graphite or God help you oil under your house, then you can pull it out and you get to make all the money. You could get gold. Yeah. There could be gold. There could be copper. There could be cobalt. You could hire You could hire
somebody to come extract.
minorities to be your slaves and mine cobalt out of the ground and do it with the blessing of the World Economic Forum. Okay? Because we can't get cobalt, we can't get lithium batteries without slaves. This is what you want.
We are so canceled. We're done for.
These are the rules. I'm not trying to make something up. There's literally, we cannot have iPhone batteries and electric cars without slaves. It's just how it is. Okay?
We never
This is
made
sanctioned.
that. We never made that special.
We have to.
We wrote. I have the script still.
Okay? Yeah. This is what the World Bank and IMF want. They want to enslave minorities. Okay? I don't make the rules. They did. God. I don't like it. I just made it weird.
I mean,
That got really weird. We gotta do the lithium triangle.
Yeah, by the way, so just so you know, all your Teslas and all your whatevers, they're all made by slaves. Okay.
Yeah.
and there's lithium. Isn't there lithium in them? And there's also lithium in your tap water.
Should we end the show? Like, are we canceled enough now? Should we
Yeah,
end the
we're
show?
pretty
Hang on
well
a second.
canceled.
Hang on. Oh, when I see your thumb on that button. Hang on a second. We got to do a call out. TJ's calling you right now. Yes, he might. Shout out to the chat. This has been a fair to Midland show. Chemistry Bro, Michael Moore, B13SR, The Deadwood, BG Redman, Spaceman V, Linking with Naz, Golden Jet, King D, Gold Blooded, Granny's Garden. I'll say it for the camera. I'm against slavery, okay, for everyone. It's not good. I'm just saying that things are kind of screwed up right now, that we think using slaves to mine things is good. Like, I think that's bad. I don't know. I like my car not to run on slavery. That's just me.
That's a very extreme viewpoint.
Okay, call me a fascist. If wanting my car to not run on slavery makes me all right, then frickin' I'm a Knight Templar. All right. Yeah. There we go. I said, appreciate all of you guys in the chat. Smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Comment below on what I should put in my go bag so Drew can buy it for me.
Yeah, we're going on shopping spree.
Yeah,
and
remember,
convince
guys,
TJ not to cancel us after this.
Yeah, please don't cancel us. Look, we're all just spiritual beings having a human experience. Go outside, touch some grass, connect with the people that love you and the people that you love, because we only got one shot at this thing. Appreciate all of you. See you at the top.